This video has probably been a long time coming. I would say a year and a half. It's probably taken me that long to really figure things out and know how to proceed from here. Um, but before I kind of talk through everything, I just wanted to let you know that for me personally, right now, I am seeing my children just growing up before my eyes. My youngest just turned 7, which is so hard to believe because when I was pregnant with him, my oldest was 7. So that's just crazy. They were all like babies all at the same time and or like little kids, not babies. But now I have a 7-year-old and a 15-year-old. How does this happen? And so as I've been kind of reflecting on everything, 2020 has been a crazy year for everybody, but it came after a really hard year for us in 2019 when our middle son Gregory was diagnosed with 3 autoimmune diseases. It was a really hard year, and this year, we've had some hard things as well with his health. And so I've just really recently been contemplating, what I was even asking my husband, like, what does it mean to be content? What does contentedness feel like? Like, why do I constantly feel like I'm rushing and I never have enough time for my kids or for my husband or for myself? And everything is always just busy and chaotic. And even this year, like, even though things have slowed down, our kids are back at that hybrid school. And my high schooler has had so much schoolwork. And we've had just such a huge struggle with that. And so it's just been a difficult few months after, in the middle of a difficult, strange year. And I've just been like kind of doing some soul searching, which I don't know that I'm like a huge soul searcher. Um, I think I'm definitely a contemplative person. Like, I definitely like to think about things and consider things, but I'm more like, let's look at the pros and cons and let's figure out the effects of the situation and all of that. But I really have been feeling like there's something missing. Like we as a family, me specifically, we are definitely not where I want to be. I don't want our life to feel so rushed. I don't want to be so cranky and I don't want to be so irritable or tired all the time. And as I thought about it more and as I just kind of tried to figure out like how do you fix this problem? How do I personally find contentment and peace and joy? And immediately, it came to mind, you've got to let go of things. Because if I'm feeling overwhelmed because I have too many things going on in my life, well, then I've got to make my lists and kind of figure out like what are those things and where do I go from here? And for us, there are lots of stressors in our life, and most of them cannot be removed. They're just a part of our life. Our life just has some difficult things in it, and that's just life. I mean, that's just what happens. There's nothing we can do about it. And I don't want to get into that in this video because I'll probably end up crying, and I definitely don't need that. But in light of all of that, in light of all of the stresses and the frustrations and the difficulties that we've faced and all of that, I kind of tried to figure out like what are the most important things? What are the things that we can let go of? And so, as you know, I took a very long break from YouTube because last fall, about a year ago, maybe a little more than a year ago, I was just really feeling that pull. Like, my life was so hard. Things were so hard in 2019 and just so many doctor's appointments and being pulled in so many directions. And it was just a hard, exhausting year. And so I really felt like at the beginning of this year, or the end of last year, really, like I'm just going to take a break from YouTube. I'm going to see how it goes and then kind of figure it out. And so I really felt like at the, I was, and not at the end of the summer, but probably the beginning of the summer, I really felt like, okay, I'm missing it. I really like making videos. I like connecting with people on YouTube. And I thought, what, I'm going to try again and see how it goes. And if I just don't feel like that joy, like if I don't feel that, then I'm just gonna have to let it go. And so now it has just come down to the fact that I don't feel like I am getting back what I put in, and I'm not getting the same connections that I used to get with people. And it just is draining more than filling. Like, it does not fill my bucket anymore. It is not something that I'm enjoying. It's something that's been stressing me out. And as you can see, like, I haven't even posted a video in what, a month, besides the homeschool mom box swap. because our life just, we had too much going on. And when I had downtime, when I had time, I wanted it to be downtime. I didn't want it to be me creating something that I feel like I have to do and get it done at a certain time and post it and all that. In the season that I'm in right now, I just didn't want that. I'm very grateful to be in a situation where my husband works full time. I don't have to work. And he works very, very hard. And the trade off to that is, sometimes he's working a lot and we find that balance. It's been a little bit different during COVID because he hasn't been traveling at all. So, but normally he would be traveling a lot. And so that would, I'd have to step up in those situations, be, a single mom for a little bit of time. But, we were always able to find that balance. And so for me, like adding something extra on top of our life that is already full when it isn't really bringing anything good into my life, it just felt like this is the time for me to just let it go. And so that's what I've decided to do. And I think the last time when I took a break, I don't think I even said I was taking a break, right? I don't really even remember. I didn't. I just stopped posting videos. So, this time I am letting you know that I am not planning on posting any more videos. I don't know if at some time in the future I may really want to share something with you, or maybe I will want to share like curriculum, because we have a bunch of curriculum this year. But I don't know that I'm going to do a lot of like sit down chatty videos, because when I started my YouTube channel, I really wanted to just be helpful. And that was back when there weren't so many homeschool YouTube channels. I mean, I took a break, and when I came back, like I could not even believe how flooded this corner of the internet is. It is just flooded with videos. And I will post like my homeschool room tour, and I have like right around 11,000 followers, right? I didn't even break 2,000 views on that. And then other channels that have 5,000 followers are getting tens of thousands of views on their videos. So I obviously like completely fell out of the algorithm as well. When I took that break, even though I tried to come back on and post lots of videos and try to get back into the YouTube algorithm, it just didn't happen. My videos are not getting picked up. They're not getting seen, or people aren't interested in them. And if that's the case, then fine. That's fine. I'm just ready to move on at this point. So I think had I come back on YouTube and felt, that my hard work was worth it, that I was getting a lot of views and that I was really able to help people, then maybe I would stick around. But right now it just feels like I'm spending a lot of time for not that much in return. So I hope that makes sense. Honestly, for me, in a lot of ways, it feels like a failure because I don't like giving up on things. I don't like starting a task and then not following through with it. So it has been really hard to come to this decision. I don't know. It's just been really hard. So I'm definitely planning on still posting over on Instagram. So make sure you follow me over there. I also have been considering kind of picking up my blog again. And just sharing on it once in a while. So I'll link to that in the description box down below. You can like subscribe to my blog and follow me over there. But I know that typically people that watch YouTube videos don't also read blogs. So it is what it is. But I always have really, really enjoyed having some kind of outlet to share our homeschool life with people, because, we've been homeschooling now for over 10 years, and 10 years ago was so different from the way it is now. I mean, now look at YouTube. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of homeschool videos on here, and there's so many blogs, and there's so many different types of curriculum and everything. Like there's just so many options. And so all that to say, I just wanted to kind of say goodbye on here and let you know how much you guys have all meant to me, how it's been a really fun journey. It was something that I think I really needed at the time. We had moved here to North Carolina, and I didn't really know that many people, and it was so fun to have something that I could do that was also helpful. Because before this, I used to run a nonprofit for miscarriage, pregnancy loss, and infant loss. And when we moved here, I tried to do it online a little bit, but it just really didn't work. And actually some creepy things happened. And I ended up just kind of like transferring over all of my stuff to another nonprofit. And so I didn't have that nonprofit anymore to, have a way to help people. And so that's why I started my YouTube channel. But I think I've just gotten to the point right now where, because we're in the high school years now, we do a hybrid homeschool, which not as many people do. It's just gotten to the point where I feel like there's other better people who can share to those who are searching. Because, honestly, the people who are searching more than likely have younger children. And I do still have younger children, but we just know what we're doing. We've been doing it for so long. We just do what we do the way we always have. And so, yeah, I think I'm just ready to be done. Just kind of close this chapter and be at peace with it, because I came back and I tried again for a few months and it just wasn't fulfilling in the way that it was before. And I think that's okay. And I think if you take anything away from this video, just that don't do things just because you feel like you need to do them. Do them because, and I mean optional things, not things you have to do, but if it's something optional and it really isn't bringing you joy, and if it isn't bringing you fulfillment, it's okay to just let it go. And it took me a really long time, like over a year probably, to be okay with that. But I really feel like a total peace about it. And I definitely still like to share. I will definitely be posting on Instagram and on my website, because right now we are just in the throes of it. But I know that things will calm down like they always do. We go through seasons. So definitely follow me on Instagram if you want to keep up to date with what's going on with us and all of our homeschool things that we do. And thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to my channel for these past 4 years. It means so much to me. It has been so much fun getting to know you guys, and I wish you all the best.